Hello and welcome back to Pitch Invasion TV, and today we've got a very special guest. We've got Watford and England under-21 goalkeeper Jonathan Bond. We're going to be asking Bondy about how his career has progressed, you know, going through academy systems and now obviously being called up to the England under-21 squad. First off, fantastic achievement, well done.
Thank you.
So the first question I think a lot of people want to know is, when was that moment that you realised that, you know, football was now your career? You became a professional footballer.
That's a difficult question because it's sort of quite gradual. The process of sort of getting into professional football is long and it takes a lot of hard work. But maybe the moment, you can never stop and think, oh, I've made it. 'Cause I still don't think that at all. Like, I'm still trying to develop and improve. But I guess the moment when it became sort of full time was when I got offered my first professional contract when I was 17. So that was probably a big moment for me. Like, I had a contract and, you know, I could settle down a little bit and just focus on training.
You know, it's so tough. Like, we hear so many stories about, you know, young academy players that, you know, are perfect within their age range, and then they just don't progress into the adult game. You know, I mean, what type of advice would you give to, you know, those young academy players that want to make that cut and want to make it to the big time?
Well, if you're in the academies and, you know, you're still very young, like I am as well. But you know, when you're really sort of playing in the under 12s to 16s type thing, you've got to set yourself goals and always think about sort of testing yourself against the older lads, I suppose. And it never comes a point where you stop improving or you think, you know, this will do me, like, you know, I'm a good enough player as it is. Because if you look at the top players like Lampard and Steven Gerrard even, you know, I can think of small things just from watching them recently that they've improved on. I had a good sort of support from my family behind me, and they're always supportive, but yet, you know, pushy as well when they needed to be. So if they saw it was points when I was like 15 or 16 and I wasn't physically where I should be, you know, my dad was straight on that type of thing. He thought, you know, last few games I've seen you don't look explosive enough, or whatever it may be. But I think it's important that you have that in yourself and your own mind, that you're always looking to improve on small things.
So let's move on to international football. You've represented Wales at youth level and got a call up to the first team, but you've recently, you know, having a British passport, you've chosen to go into the England squad, and you've been called up to the England under-21s. What was that moment like? I mean, that must be everyone's dream to be called up to your country.
Yeah, it was strange. The first time I found out about it was actually on Twitter. Like, I was getting fans saying congratulations and stuff like that, and obviously then looked at my phone and I had a text from the FA. And
just a text?
Obviously, very
That's
casual
a bit unfair,
text.
isn't it? Yeah, a bit unfair. Expecting a phone call from Roy Hodgson.
No, it was just a text. Just saying, you know, you've been called up for the forthcoming game, and we're leaving on this day or that day, and yeah, I was with a few of my friends at the time, and it was a really proud moment. I was very happy. I was straight on the phone to my parents and obviously all the rest of my family and friends, and yeah, it was a good day. I always remember it.
You know, some people are questioning, you know, how are England going to move forward, but obviously you've now got Gareth Southgate as the under-21 manager. Are you excited about working under Gareth?
Yeah, of course. You know, a really nice man, and obviously I worked under him now for a couple of games. And you know, it's still all new to me, and I'm still bedding in with the lads. But obviously, with a new manager come in, it was you know, it's like a fresh start, and you just try and impress every day in training.
Talking about Zola joining in training, we saw you slide tackle Zola at the semi-final of the playoffs last season. I mean, that for me was, you know, it has to go down in history as one of the greatest, you know, Football League playoffs. I mean, just walk us through the last few minutes.
Yeah, it was the whole game. It was, you know, obviously when there's so much at stake, and I think it was 2-1. It was level on aggregate, and they got a penalty last minute. And usually, you know, when a team gets a penalty last minute, that's it. So I'm not going to lie, I did think that was it. Like, you know, when you're on the bench, there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do when you're on the bench, and I just thought it was such a harsh end to what's been such a great season for us. But we had the big man Almunia make a double save, and literally right at the other end, and literally we couldn't believe our eyes, and everyone was just straight on the pitch, the fans, everyone.
What do you really want to improve on, not just, you know, appearance-wise? I mean, is there anything, or are you learning every day from Almunia and like him giving you little tips? I mean, what's your kind of relationship with him?
For me, at the start of the season, obviously, I spoke with the manager, and you know, he made it clear that Almunia was probably going to be number one this season again.
Yep.
So then I'm faced with the decision, you know, do I go out on loan or do I stay and wait for games? And the manager sort of said, you know, I may have a chance in the cup games, the Carling Cup and FA Cup. But obviously I don't take that for granted at all. I just try and train every day as hard as I can in training and keep impressing the gaffer. And I know I've trained with him now for 2 years, but you can always still impress people and show that you're improving. So I just have to get that trust from the coaching staff, and obviously use my goalkeeper coach, Alex Chamberlain, as much advice off him as well, because he's got a lot of experience.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, man.
No
Always
worries.
pleasure. So that's it for our special guest today. You can see Bondy playing against Jamie. It'll be coming soon. So that's it. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to Pitch Invasion TV. I've been Roman, been chatting to Jonathan Bond, and we'll see you later.
Come on, we're looking for that letter of apology. Ronaldo,